Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name's Jamie Williams, and joining me in the studio tonight is Jonathan.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jonathan. Well, you were here last week with me, now you're here this week, but no Marie.
I know, no Marie.
Yeah, just us two. And what we'll be doing later on is we're going on a little investigation, me and you, down into the cellars of Mill Street.
Oh, right, okay. Just the two of us here.
Yep, just the two of us. And what we're going to do is we're going to be recording now as we go along. And then later on when we come back up, we can have a little bit of a talk about it. So it should be different.
It certainly is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking about that, I mean, I'm a bit hesitant about it at one stage, though, because of what happened to me last week when I was talking to Sean from Dark Territory when I was in here on my own.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason or other, that night was, to be honest with you, and I think I said it last week as well on the show, it was pretty scary. It was a bit nervy and everything else. And I was thinking about it while I was in work this week, and I was thinking to myself, you know, if Jonathan doesn't come this week, and Marie doesn't come this week, I have no choice but to come into the studio on my own, because it has to be done. It's got to be done no matter what. So, you know.
Rather you than me.
I'm just glad that we did. But the week before Halloween, we actually did a 4-hour paranormal investigation, which we put out on the radio. That was not a bad night, that was it?
That was a good night.
Yeah, it was different because we'd done the social distancing.
Yeah, it is different.
You know, we were in our different bubbles and things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ever been. We've never ever done that before.
No, not like that.
No, and it was strange. But do you know what? We did it.
Yeah.
The only thing we had to do is every time we finished a little bit of an investigation, we had to clean up after ourselves and
wipe
disinfect things and that's ready for the next ones to go down there. That was the only difference, really. It didn't make much of a difference. It was just a little bit of an addition that we had to do, which was fine, you know.
Yeah, and smaller groups.
Yeah, but what did you think? You know, when we were down in the cellar. I mean, I stayed up in the studio at first, and then I came down for you. How did you feel when you were down there? What was it like for you?
It's quite apprehensive, to be honest. It was a heavy atmosphere, I thought. Lots of little things happening. Lots of noises. Lots of shadows, especially up at the end of the cellar by the firing range.
That seems to be happening quite often, the shadow. It's happened. I mean, even when we've been offline and we've come up here and we've been editing the show, and we said, "Come on, let's go and do an hour down there just to wind down." And we've had the shadow a few times now.
Yeah, that's right.
And
lots of noises.
You and Marie decided to record about an hour of the investigation, which we'll be putting on at a later show.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting night as well, because we actually went into the firing range where Dark Territory went.
Yeah.
And we had things happening there, but we won't go into that because obviously we want the listeners to hear that. But that was, there was one stage where I turned around and said something, didn't I? I said, I want the light on.
Yeah, that's right.
I got spooked a bit.
Yeah.
But going back to the Halloween night, it was a good night. We had a bit of a laugh as well, you know. Not tons happened, you know, where it's one of those, and it's hit and miss sometimes. And on that night, it was halfy things happened, but it was after the show we had to think about them, and that's the best thing to do, because on the night you're hyped up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you are. It's
when you go back the next day and you think about it and start trying to think logically as well.
Yeah,
you start thinking, that could have been. But it's nice to do that.
It is. I think it's good to do that, because the next time you go, then. If you hear a certain noise or say a certain thing, then you can go, well, actually, we've debunked that before, and we know exactly what it is. So we know that that's not paranormal.
And we've done this place, and you've done this place hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And every time it's different, but we we know a lot about the building. We understand what goes on in the building, the creaks and the noises what come through the building anyway, because it's an old building and it does settle.
Yeah.
But we've got used to them kind of sounds. But you know, we could be in on a windy night, could be in on a rainy night, so you've got to get used to some other sounds as well.
Yeah, that's it. I think one of the good things to notice is it's a lot quieter outside, so there's not much noise from outside.
No,
like we've had in the past when it's been quite busy.
Well, where we are now, I mean, we're up on the balcony, and you can't hear much anyway because we're out the way. We're in a little room. I'm saying a little room. It's not that little, is it really?
No.
But it is when you're on your own, though.
I can imagine. I wouldn't like to be here on my own, to be honest.
Yeah, well, nor did I. And it won't be happening again. Well, I'm hoping it won't be happening again, to be honest with you, Jonathan. I don't want to be in the building on my own like that. And a few people have said to me, you should have just gone. You should have just left the building.
It is one of them, though, Jamie. I don't think if it was myself and that had happened, then I don't know whether I'd rather have just stayed put where I was and waited for it to go quiet. Because I don't think I would have liked to have actually walked out the room while things were going on like that on my own.
Oh no, it was strange, sitting there and the things happening.
Yeah.
I wish that it all happened on the night we'd done the 4-hour investigation, but
yeah,
I think they saved it all up to when I was on my own.
I know, yeah, I think they did.
It was really, it was. I don't know. It was one of those. I said to Marie, I enjoyed it and I didn't enjoy it at the same time.
Yeah, it's like an adrenaline rush, isn't it?
It was scary. It was. I don't know. It's what you want to happen.
Yeah.
But you don't want it to happen when it's just one of you. I'd like to have had you and Marie in the room at the same time, and saw the door opening and seen the camouflage on the windows moving and the room going bitterly cold to the point that I could see my breath. And I mean, thankfully, Sean stayed on the phone with me, and we kept talking and everything else. And I think that was the part what kept me calm.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm saying it kept me calm, especially when I heard the footsteps. That really rattled me. You nearly heard the person's footsteps and my footsteps on my way out.
I expect you felt quite vulnerable, really.
I did.
On your own.
I did, and like I said, because I was doing the conversation with Sean.
Yeah.
That was the one what kept me here, really.
Yeah.
And it was at one stage I did stop the conversation, and was like, should I stay? Shouldn't I stay? Am I going to be stupid here or not?
Yeah.
But I carried on. But nothing happened. I mean, I'm saying nothing happened. Nothing happened to me. I was all right and that.
Yeah.
But it made me realise after it finished that I shouldn't be on my own.
No. It's. I think it's one of them places and one of them situations where I don't think you should be, really.
No. And the funny thing is, though, we're going down into the cellar later on. And my idea is one of us go down on our own.
Yeah. I know it's a challenge.
I was still thinking about it, but now after talking about what happened to me last week and obviously our 4-hour stints, I think we'll just go on our own. We'll go together, and what I'll do is I'll take the phone, record it, and what we'll do is we'll leave here, go down to the cellar, half an hour or so, and then we'll have a walk back up. Yeah. Either walk or run, depends what happens.
Yeah, it depends on what happens, You might hear a lot of footsteps and it'll be us running.
Yeah. But not apart from doing that as well, later on in the show, I mean, me and Marie went up to the North Yorkshire area for a weekend away. While we were up there, I mean, we were going to go into Whitby and do something up that way, a paranormal investigation up there and record it, but the weather was horrendous.
Right,
so that night we were going to go, so we decided not to do it and we abandoned it. Yeah. So sat in the caravan and watched the telly instead. So
why not?
It was much safer.
Yeah.
But what we did then is the last day we were there, we were on our way home. We went to visit a lovely place. I won't say where it is because what I'm going to do is play it a little bit later on the ghost hunt. Yeah. But we decided to go there, and while we were there, we went, let's do a ghost hunt now. I said, I went round this church, and I thought, you know what, a beautiful place. Let's try a ghost hunting. Well, it's not ghost hunt really, but it's more of an investigation. Yeah. Let's do one in the daytime.
Why not? That's something we never really do, isn't it?
No. So I thought, do you know what? So Marie sat in the car while I was walking around the church because I just went to have a nose, really. Yeah. I went back to Marie and I said, Marie, let's go and do an investigation down here. Yeah. So she went, yeah, okay then. So we ended up there about 40, 50 minutes, and it was a really good place.
Oh, good.
And for the first time, I called it a metal grave, but the first time ever I've ever seen a cast iron grave.
Oh, wow.
Never seen one in my life. When I got home and I had a look on the internet, there's loads of them.
Oh, I never knew that.
No, I'd never seen so many. I was like, unusual, Oh, but nice. It was interesting to read, to see them. Yeah. And I don't want to say what happened in the investigation. Yeah. But there was one part where I touched the grave and I started getting all these things in my head. And to be honest with you, I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I'm not anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just a person who likes going on paranormal investigations, and for the first time, I'm saying it's the first time, it's happened before. I started getting pictures in my head, and now whether it was my imagination, whether it was the moments I was being there, or whether it was I was picking up, because you've got the stone tape theory,
Yeah.
and things like that, and I can't remember what you call it when you put your hand on something, and when it goes from your mind. But anyway, it was that psychometry. That's the word, Jonathan.
That's the one. That's
you were
the
just
one,
about to say that because I seen you.
I was, yeah.
I seen you moving the lips. So whether it was psychometry, I really don't know. But I started picking up, and I picked up a name, and but I'm not going to say anything else. I'll
sounds really good. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. But should we head down to the cellar, or should we carry on talking? Your choice.
Go on, we'll head down.
I was just being cruel then, wasn't I? I was making you do the decision.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd say no, but yeah.
No, go on, we will do. We will.
It didn't happen, did it? So thanks very much for that. So what we're going to do is me and Jonathan are going to head into the cellar, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
If it's too quiet, we'll come back up a little bit earlier. But if it goes really well, we might stay down here and see what happens. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll now change to the recorder, which is on. Okay. So we're recording from now. What we're going to do now is we're going to start heading. Don't just sit there, Jonathan. We are going to head to the cellar. So let's go. Don't say that. Right, let's go then. So, Jonathan, here we go. Right. Hi ho, hi ho.
I got my torch up.
Did you just kick the chair then? I hope it was you what kicked the chair.
Yeah, it was Jamie.
That's all right then. Do me a favour, have you got a torch?
I have got a torch.
I did have a torch, I don't know what I've done with it.
There you go.
Thank you. Do you know what? This always nerves me now, because you know when we're going... Because of last week.
Yeah, because of what happened.
Yeah. I'm still a bit nervous. Oh, you know when I came in earlier on? Just before you got here and I came in?
Yeah.
I was going into the studio, and that ball there was a ball we're on...
What was that?
I heard knocking then, did you?
I hope you picked that up then.
This cellar idea, what do you think?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on then. No, what I was saying is we're on the balcony now where the studio is, and we've got a football just lying there. Now the football, before you kicked it earlier on, was there in the corner.
Yeah.
And when I was walking up the stairs, it was actually moving on its own. Now I've tried stamping on the floor next to it and everything else, and it doesn't move, but it was actually moving on its own.
It's quite solid.
So yeah. But I was so glad when you arrived, about 5 minutes later. And the torches I've got now are quite bright, so I'm okay at the moment. Yeah. So let's go down the stairs. If you hear a bang, wallop bang, it's me. I'm quite good at that.
As long as it's not a stage.
Hey?
As long as it's not a stage.
I know, yeah. Right. Even this looks... Tell you what, the yeah. I know. Should we do a call out? No. Come on, let's go into the cellar. I'm just looking for excuses not to go into the cellar.
Come on, I'll go down.
Yeah, I like the way you sent me first. Okay, lights on. Oh, God's sake.
Feeling quite confident until we get down, Jamie.
I'm not feeling confident at all. I'm feeling a bit nervous, to be honest with you. Oh, God. I'm standing over this side, because if something grabs my leg in there... I know it's just me and my... Jonathan, get down here now. Don't you dare do that to me. That happened to me in the graveyard, you know. I went to a graveyard with somebody and I was chatting away, and I turned round. I thought they were behind me, the couple of people who were with me. They'd gone one way, I'd gone the other way. And I was like, what, 2-3 minute walk away from them? So I had to go back looking for them on my own in the graveyard.
Just to let the listeners know, I did stay at the top of the stairs while Jamie got all the way down.
Yeah.
Until he noticed.
Yeah. Right, so what, we're going in the middle room first, are we?
Yeah, we'll have a look in here.
Okay, let's go in the middle room then. Now, where are we going to sit then, Jonathan?
Don't let me back to the door.
don't want back to anything, to be honest with you. There's only two of us. So where are we going to sit? I'll sit here then. Hold on. Okay. Now, just put the phone on the table. Are we really doing this, Jonathan?
We really are.
So what we'll do? So what we'll do then? We'll do the middle room. Then we'll go into the hallway.
Into the hallway, yeah.
But if that door opens on its own,
I'll do the one first.
Depends. I'll just shut the table into you. Right. So okay. Should we turn the lights off and
Yeah.
Do you want me to call out?
Yeah, go on. You call out first.
Hold on, let me turn the lights off then. Oh,
that's very dark.
Did you leave that door open down there?
I possibly did, you know.
Yeah, seriously, thanks. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to call out. Or am I? I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us tonight. Anybody who'd like to come forward, come and talk to us? You've got me and Jonathan. We're not here to do you any harm. If you can, and you're willing to do so, can you come forward and talk to us? Can you give us some kind of lights?
It feels calm at the moment.
Not for me, it doesn't. I think what it is with me is because of what happened last week. I'm a little bit on edge.
Yeah.
But I'm bound to be. But you know what? But that's what we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, okay. That was me. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here. Please come forward. Could you move something? Can you come and say hello to us? Tell me that's your belly rumbling.
No, not mine.
Okay. If there is someone around in this cellar, could you open the door? It's pretty dark though, isn't it?
It's very dark.
Yeah. Could you tell us your name? Do you know what? I cannot see you at all.
I can't see you.
And it's well, we are a distance away from each other, mind you, but it's that eerie feeling that usually you can see. I mean, there's a door open there and you can see the light through it.
Yeah, you got like.
But there's no silhouette of you at all.
You've got the light of the emergency lights, but it's usually. I know it might sound daft to the listeners, but you can usually see, if you know what I mean, once your eyes adjust.
Yeah.
It's usually. You can usually see something, but it's just so dark. I'm looking towards the end of the room and behind me. It's just pitch black. So you can usually make something out.
If there's somebody here with us now, can you come forward, please? Is that you?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
If that was you what made that sound, could you do it again for us, please?
My legs have gone really cold.
I'm feeling the atmosphere is changing slightly. Whether that's our imagination, I don't know, but...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gone colder.
It is, isn't it?
All of a sudden, it's good, yeah.
So I can feel it on my face now.
That's just a car going past then. If there's anybody here, can you show us some kind of light? Could you make a sound? Is there anything you can do
yourself that can show us you're here. I know we ask you to tap, we know we ask you to make a sound, but if there's anything you can do to let us know you're around, are you able to do it, please? My left ear's got like a humming noise in it, you know, like a.
Yeah.
Did you hear that upstairs then?
I just heard like a couple of footsteps then. It sounded like footsteps.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anybody here with us, could you let us know, please? I've got to ask this because I always do, don't I? If Claire's around...
Sorry.
Oh, don't make mockery of her.
And
Sorry.
It's just so well known for saying it, Jamie.
Yeah. If Claire's around, could you come forward, please? Just let that car go past.
Car, yeah.
If you can hear me, or you can see me or Jonathan, please let us know you're here. Right, I'm starting to see blue, you know, like little blue speckles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've just seen like a flashlight, you know, just a very, very faint, but boom, you know the way I like you to turn light on and off quickly.
Yeah.
Over in,
I don't even
right.
know.
We're in the middle cellar. We're in the middle room in the cellar, and you know as you're coming down the stairs and you're coming into the middle room, the first door. If you look to your right there, that's where I've just seen the light.
Okay.
I'm trying to give a description because obviously, I mean, there's nobody else here with us, so
yeah.
I'm trying to give that description to give people an idea, especially people who've been here before to Mill Street. If that was you what tried to give some kind of light, are you able to do it again for us, please? Whoa, I've just had a...
What did you get?
Breathing across, or something across the side of my face, now I'm seeing blue lights.
Okay, I did see a light by the door, but on the opposite side to what you said.
Okay.
Like the left-hand
But
side where
that was a clear blow on my face. No, like somebody going,
ooh.
What?
The door that's closed.
Yeah.
It's like something has just walked across it and the whole light went out. Not like the light under the door.
Yeah.
Like someone's just walked straight across, but it was like the whole gap at the bottom and the side went out.
Really? Wouldn't mind there's only us two here.
I know.
Usually when we've been here numerous times we've had nothing. But the last, I don't know whether it's because nobody's coming into the building or anything like that, because obviously people can't come in huge groups like they used to do, and whether it's like because it's just me and you.
Are you moving then, Jamie?
I'm not moving at all.
Right, okay.
Why?
I've got movement over the table.
Really?
Yeah, I mean I can't see you, and I know you're not directly opposite me around the table. Although we are socially distanced. I think you're sort of off to the right a bit.
Yeah, I'm opposite. Yeah, I'm on near the corner of the table, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've just seen movement, so it would have been in front, like in front of you, but over the table.
Are you waving your arms about?
No, I'm not moving. My arms are
fair enough.
Down.
Right, so I thought you were moving your arms around. I could see movement then. The person or the people who are in this room with us, we are here with respect. I'm sure you know us by now. I'm certain of that. So you know we're not going to give you any disrespect. Can you come forward? Let us know you're here. Are you able to make some kind of sound? Are you able to make some kind of lights? Like I asked before, if there's anything you can do to show us you're here, please do so.
Right, I've got something like tickling me hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you next to Jonathan? I'm getting that corner of the eye stuff again, where you're just seeing little like movements, but I'm also getting like little tiny blue speckles, like a blue dot.
Do you know what I'm getting now, Jamie?
One.
Do you remember the other week when we were in the firing range?
Yeah.
And it feels like there's someone right next to you.
Hmm.
I'm getting that.
Right. Now I've just seen a light straight in front of me.
Yeah.
That bell doesn't help. Yeah, I'm actually seeing a light in front of me on the blue speckles. Whether it's still my eyes trying to adjust, but surely they've adjusted by now, because
Yeah.
the main hall of the cellar, the main part of it, I can see that quite clearly now.
Yeah.
But
It's still very dark in here, though.
yeah. But the atmosphere's changed.
Yeah. I mean, going back to what you were saying before about the activity recently, and is it because there's not many people being in?
No, I mean, before the main lockdown, what the government done, there was a couple of groups allowed in under the they had to stick strictly to the rules of what they've done in that.
Yeah.
But there's only been 2 groups in, or was it 3? I don't know. But there's not. I mean, when you think about it, even 3 groups and social distancing and everything else,
it's not very many.
There's not many, because I mean, this place is we usually have people in here most weekends, but I mean, sadly, we've not been able to open up to the public like we all know. Even we missed out, Jonathan, on Halloween. We missed out bringing the public in.
That's it, isn't it?
I mean, we do it to raise funds, and we've not had a chance to do that this year at all, which is one of the heartbreaking sides of it.
Yeah.
And was that you?
That weren't me.
You serious? That was you?
No.
Right. Okay. Don't worry about it.
My hands are like between me knees.
Okay. Let me just put the torch on a minute to see what it was. Yeah. Right, okay. So it wasn't you then, Jonathan, was it?
No.
Right, okay. We'll think about that one then.
Yeah.
I'll just turn the torch off again. Sorry, Jonathan.
It's alright.
Oh, let my eyes adjust now.
Yeah.
So we've had that tap. So I'm going to ask again if there's somebody here with us. If that was you, what tapped? Are you able to do it again? A few cars out tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say that's another car.
Yeah. I'm getting like that spider's web on my head. The feeling of it in a spider's web. I'm just getting that then. I had that last time when me and you and Marie done that little invest.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know there's been lots of activity, but it's all little bits. But all them little bits, when you think back, they all add up to a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about what happened to me last week, but I'm not thinking about this at the moment. I feel there's something now in here. And it's like I said earlier on, I'm not a psychic, I'm not a medium, I'm not a sensitive or anything like that. I just go by my own intuition. Like when you go, I've said this hundreds of times, when you go in someone's house and the atmosphere has changed, they might have had an argument and, they put on a little bit of an act, and that's no offence to them, but they put on an act to show that, you're okay, you're welcome and everything else. And that's what I'm feeling now, as if the atmosphere is changing. Yeah. And I'm sure, I think everybody gets that feeling that, this is a strange atmosphere. No matter where you go, when you go into woods, if you went to walking in the woods, you'd always feel a on edge because you know your imagination runs off with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And but I think we've all got them kind of senses where we feel, you know, if there's something around, you know it. It's like that, you know, that's just someone walking behind you, and you get that. I don't know what it is. Your senses kick in. You know.
You feel it, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, something just on my head then.
Yeah. That's like what I had before, then, wasn't it? It was like.
Oh, it's going right round my head now. Hello? We're just talking. Do you want to make contact with us? Is that what you're trying to do? We don't mean to ignore you. Could you talk to us? Could you say hello? It's like you're waiting for something to happen. But then again, when you're in the pitch black like we are,
your senses are heightened.
Yeah, and your hackles are up. If you get what I mean, you know, you're more tense than you normally are.
And especially when there's only two of us here as well.
Yeah, tell me about it. And what was I suggesting before? Just one of us comes down here. Yeah, if I ever suggest that again, Jonathan, just, you know.
I'll just walk off and leave you to it.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I mean, I don't mind in the main hall. I was thinking about in the main hall is putting a blindfold on and sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
But we might do that next week or the week after, you know. We might do today, who knows?
Yeah.
I like these, you know, when I've done it to Lee Arnold and Marie when we were doing the 4-hour one.
Yeah,
My suggestion was, just off the cuff. I like things like that because you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
And that's when things can happen. I've just seen the light next to you, Jonathan. Actually, I'm starting to see your silhouette now. I can see where you are.
Oh, that's great and all, but I still cannot see you at all.
Yeah.
Just
well, I'm hoping it's you. Okay.
No matter which way I look, it's just pitch black. Apart from that door that's open, it's just whichever way I look, it's just pitch black. It really is.
Right, go on, you give a call out, Jonathan. I've done it. Let's see if anything reacts to you.
Okay, if there's any spirits down in the cellar with us now, do you want to come forward and say hello?
That did it.
That really did it, didn't it?
It's just
okay.
I know what you were saying before. It's gone calm, hasn't it?
Yeah. So,
we give it a couple more minutes in here, and if it doesn't happen, we'll go into the corridor of the cellar and see what happens there, right?
Yeah. Yes. Is John here with us?
How'd you calling out for yourself? Sitting here with Jonathan, he's asking for John.
You know who I mean, don't you?
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to...
Well, is Claire around?
I was trying to make the atmosphere go a bit more relaxed so we can... Because usually when we do relaxed, things happen, don't they? Go on, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I was being cruel then, go on.
So if John's here, can you make a noise? And show some lights.
Sorry. To be honest with you, although I feel relaxed, I'm still getting little... They're like really nice blue colours, you know, but I don't know what they are, people call them energy lights, don't they?
Yeah.
There's another one just then. There's quite a few to your left.
Okay. If there's someone to my left, do you want to step forward and just knock on the table? Just let us know you're here. I just want to come and talk to you. And tell us your story.
I'm just running on the table because sorry, that was me, sorry.
Jamie.
I know, but what I'm seeing to your left, my right, your left. Well, it's directly in front of me, really.
Yeah.
I keep seeing real good lights now. I didn't before. Oh, okay, Jonathan. Now it's changing. Your left again. I've just seen like an orb light, like moving, and it was like moving. Yeah, it was moving just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can't see me or anything like that. Well, can I just put the lights on a minute? Hold on. Okay. See where the post is there, next to you. Just there, then there was like it looked like like a wish of light or like an orb, but it went like that, like a streak.
Okay.
But then it just faded away completely all of a sudden. Then. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick break, Jonathan. I'm just going to stop there while we have a quick break. John, I turned that off just then because thought we want to go back up in the studio, but we heard a few whistles, or you heard a few whistles.
Yeah.
So we decided to just stand here for a few seconds, didn't we?
Yeah. Just so we can hear anything again.
I nearly jumped then because there's a mirror there.
You see yourself?
Well, the reflection off my phone. I can just see myself in the mirror. I told you it was scary, didn't I? So what we'll do then is, because nothing else has happened now, you said you'd heard the whistles and that, so we thought we'd give it a few seconds and that. We were going to re-record. We were going to carry on recording, weren't we? But, John, let's give it one more shout while we're here.
Go on.
Well, we'll just stay dead still. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us. You want to give us a shout? Ring the bell? Can you copy me? If that was you whistling a second ago, can you do it again? Go. So there was a few cars out tonight.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, should we go back up to the studio? Because it's getting chilly down here.
Yeah, it is.
You're all right, you've got your coat on, I haven't.
Still quite nippy, though.
I know. But it was good what we've seen down in the cellar, what we heard down in the cellar.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't like that boiler room. The boiler room was a bit unnervy. But then we had the footsteps on the, in the main hall. That was quite good.
Yeah.
But what we'll do, let's just look around there. Oh. It's when you look around and it's pitch black, you think, oh. Can you imagine what it was like for me, though, when I was
That's what I mean.
last week when I was trying to get down?
in that room, Jamie, myself. Tell you.
What, you'd still be there now, would you?
Yeah, I'd still be there.
Oh no, it was
That's so waited until someone came.
It was when I decided to go home after I'd spoken to Sean,
Yeah.
and and it was when I came out the studio, and I realised I only had my phone light,
Yeah, that's it.
and to have only my phone light and walk. How far would you say that was? About 50 yards?
No.
Bit more.
100 yards.
100 yards, yeah.
It's quite
It's quite a
quite
distance.
far away, really, when you look at it.
Yeah, you can't really fathom it out. Well, can you imagine me? I had to do that, go through the doors, turn all the lights off,
Yeah.
put the alarm on and go.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it scarred me for life, to be honest. Come on, let's get back in the studio.
I think I had to just wait there.
Yeah.
And then rang someone the next morning. Let's go and get me.
Well, to be honest with you, when it was happening, I actually rang. I was trying to ring Debbie to see if Debbie was, messing around and that, and it wasn't Debbie at all. Do you know, I've been carrying that around in my pocket there. I meant to put that on though. Let's put that down. So, okay.
We should be back on the proper mics now, so what I'll do is I'll get my breath back and turn the phone off. So we're back on the proper mics now, Jonathan.
Oh, God.
And in a little bit of I've left my coats down in the wardrobe. Oh,
You can always run down and get it if you want, Jamie. I'll wait here for you.
no, you're all right. I'm okay. I'm quite happy. Yeah.
And you don't know whether it'd be better going for it myself and you wait here.
Yeah. You're a funny comedian, aren't you? Right? Yeah. I'll find another person to come in here with me because you're not nice. So yeah, that was quite good in the cellar then. Quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was quite a bit of activity, little bit.
But like what we were saying down in the cellar then, we don't expect things to happen all the time.
No.
But this year's an unusual year. You know, it's like a lot of people saying it. You know, it's been cancelled this year, really, and it has in one way. You know,
it has.
But because the building hasn't been used as much as it should be used this year because of the COVID, it seems to be a bit more active. Will you stop fidgeting, John?
Sorry.
So anyway, I think it's got a bit more active than it has. You know.
I do think it's because it's just not getting used as much.
No.
And so when people do come in, it is more active because there's nothing to, I don't know, stimulate them, give them the energy.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like that point, isn't it? You know, if you haven't been somewhere for a long time, if you go into that building, are they coming out to see us?
Yeah, well, that's just it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because in a way, they must be so used to people being here all the time, especially do paranormal investigations every weekend.
Yeah.
2, possibly 3 nights a week sometimes when it's really, really busy.
Yeah.
So they're bound to be missing people.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, I mean, I was furloughed in March.
Yeah.
And I didn't go back to work till May.
Yeah.
And although, you know, it's a workplace, if you think about it, you're there a lot more than what you are in your own home.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
The people around you, you know, I mean, I've got John, Sophie, Kylie, Penelope,
that's it.
Paula. I'm trying to think who else is in the room with me there. Amy, Amy just turned in at 21. Happy birthday, Amy. And I had to say that. It's got to be nice. And, you know, you've got all them in the room with you. You've got Emma downstairs. You've got all the, you know, all the staff down there, the trainers and everything. And when you don't see them, you miss them.
You do. It's like another family, isn't it, really?
Exactly. That's spot on, yeah. It is like another family.
Yeah.
And you miss them.
Yeah.
So if you think of it in that way, I mean, we're humans and we've got feelings.
Yeah.
And I do think that some spirits have got feelings. They must do. Yeah. You know, if they can interact with you, they've got some kind of feeling. They've got some kind of intelligence. And if we think like that while we're alive, you know, we probably think like that when we've moved on. You know.
Yeah.
And if you think of it that way, then they must get the same as us, thinking, well, at last somebody's here.
Yeah,
let's go and say hello. Finally, there's somebody in the building, because they're in this building on their own in lockdown.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
I mean, it sounds daft, you know, because we're talking about things like that.
Is that how it works, though? They might get frustrated because they can't communicate with us.
Yeah.
They might be trying to communicate with us. That's where we see lights. That's how we see shadows, and we hear noises. They might just want to be able to appear and go, hello.
Yeah, exactly.
We do exist.
There's a film out, isn't there? And I was talking to Sean from Dark Territory last week, and we were talking, and I did mention the others before everything kicked off in here.
Yeah.
And we were saying, if you've never seen the film The Others, that's quite a good explanation in that. I don't want to give it away. I said I wouldn't give it away because people want to watch it. But that's a film well worth watching, The Others. And I think that explains the paranormal.
Yeah.
It explains that there's twists in it.
Yeah, that's right, though, isn't it? And I suppose it's your own perception as well, isn't it, of what you think what it is. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions.
Oh, yeah.
People don't believe that anything exists. And then you've got people at the other end who think it's all around us all the time.
Yeah. I think it's great having everybody's different opinions and everything like that.
I think that's what makes it, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we all thought the same, what a boring world it would be.
Yeah, but...
And that's the good thing about the paranormal is the unexplained. It's trying to understand it. I mean, it's a very, very difficult subject to understand.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what makes you come back again and again and again.
Yeah.
And when you get them things that you don't understand, it makes you want more.
Yeah,
and
that's
more.
It does.
It's like an addiction to it. I know if you didn't want to do it, you just don't do it.
Yeah, some people just don't like it, and that's
No.
fair. That's fair enough.
I mean, we've had people who come on ghost hunts with us, and they turned around and said, "No, I'm a what's the word they say? I'm a skeptic.
Yeah,
I don't really believe in it. I've got to see it to believe it and everything else." And I respect that,
yeah,
and I understand that in my own personal thing.
yeah,
And we've had them where they've come and they've turned around and said, "I can't believe that happened."
yeah.
You know, I'm
That's
I'm not a skeptic anymore,
Yeah,
and that's nice when you get that.
that's it.
And there's things like that. I mean, okay, I'm not a fantastic believer in mediums, and that's my own opinion.
Yeah,
But I've still got respect for them
yeah. Well, that's
because, you know, I can't prove it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about the paranormal. It's very difficult to prove. I mean, I can say to you, there's somebody standing in the corner there.
yeah. I'm
and
not going to be able
you
to see
can't
that.
see it. Now, it's down to you whether you trust me enough to believe me that I can see it.
Yeah,
And
that's
vice
right.
versa. And it's very hard to prove things. I
Yeah.
think I was talking about that to Sean as well, is it's very hard, even if you see it and you know what you've seen,
Yeah,
to prove it to anybody.
yeah. Unless someone else has seen it,
Yeah.
which is the main reason why we do it, and we
Mhm.
ask whether they can show themselves, whether they can show themselves in life form or shadows or make noises, so that other people can see and hear,
Mm.
and then it proves to other people and
Yeah.
what you've actually seen and what you actually
Yeah.
hear.
And like you said, then it gives them that experience.
Yeah,
I remember we done an investigation here, and we were up in the top classroom.
yeah,
You know, on the far side, we were in the top classroom there, and there was a woman with us, and she was skeptic. Not really nice lady, but she was skeptic, and she, you know, and this, that, and the other.
yeah.
And we were calling out, and she gave one almighty scream.
Oh wow.
We put the torch on. She was crying, and we were asking, we were all right, we were all right.
Yeah,
And she actually described, she said she saw someone standing near the door, and she said just looking at us. And
wow.
she said she'd never ever seen anything like that. She'd never experienced anything like that, and
Yeah.
she didn't expect to. But she was white. I mean, absolutely white. She was shaking. We actually abandoned that mini investigation we were doing in that
Yeah.
classroom and come down. We thought, let's have a break. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
You know, let's calm down a little bit and that. And even when she was coming down, she was still talking about it and still saying that we'd never. Oh, sorry, that was my fault. I told you off an outfit on. And you know, she said when we were even in here and she was having a drink and that, she was just saying, "I've calmed down now,
Yeah.
but I know what I saw." She said, "I know none of you saw it, but I know what I saw." And you know what? I believed her 100%
Yeah.
because from someone who was a skeptic to someone who you see the blood drain from her face,
Yeah.
it was you know, it was fantastic.
shows you,
It's
doesn't it?
fantastic, but I did feel sorry for her as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. But good in a
Yeah,
in a way that
Yeah.
it's proved that something actually is there.
Yeah. But to me, the proof was the way she reacted.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
you know that she's seen something
Yeah.
because of her mannerisms, the way she acted, and obviously the colour of her face. And
Yeah.
I mean, for her
Yeah.
to be crying as well, you know, she wasn't an act.
Yeah. Well,
And,
that's
you
good.
know,
That's
so
good one, that.
I mean, it's nice when you get that.
It
Not
is,
for
yeah.
the person.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I know we'll go on a little bit about what happened here last week, but to me, that's the biggest experience I've had in a very long time. In fact, I keep thinking about it and thinking about, you know, how daft it was to stay here, really, but it was a great experience as well.
Yeah. That's it. It's like I said, though, I don't think I could have gone out the room until
The
I
next
knew
day.
that it was calm.
Yeah, but the room itself, I mean, you're in the room now. It feels relaxed. And I mean, when I
It
brought
does,
you and
yeah.
Marie in to help me with last week's show, because I said there's no way of coming back in here
Yeah.
on my own. You know, so you know, we all came back in here and done
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I did the recording with Sean the night, I think, was it the 2 nights before? Then I left it at night because I don't want to go back in just yet.
Yeah.
Then I think we came in on the Saturday night,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
finished the show for the Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I said to you, look, please come back because, you know, I've got
Yeah.
to finish the show
Yeah, that's it.
If you don't come back, I'm going to have to go on my own again, and I really don't want to, and I don't like letting people down either. You know?
No,
So I
that's it.
knew I would have had to come on my own.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you're in the room now. Can you imagine last week when I was in the room and it went icy cold that I could see my breath? I mean, you can't see your breath now.
No, it's not cold in this room now. It's quite
For yourself,
warm.
you've got a coat on.
No, it is quite warm in this room at the minute. Though it was quite cold down there.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've seen them. Do you know what? I've just dropped it again. I think I better put it down or I'll get told off. But, you know, to be in the room that day, that night, sorry, not day, and I'm talking and I can see my breath. And you see them on horror films where you go, and you can see it. That's what it was like. And I used to watch them on the horror films, and I go, "Come on, these things don't happen. It doesn't happen like that, you know." But it's great it's great for the viewers.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. You know, and but it's an experience I'm glad I had.
Yeah.
But it's an experience I wish I hadn't had.
And it's I don't know. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Paranormal investigators. But you can still get scared. You can still get frightened.
Oh, true, right, yeah.
Even when you watch all the ones on YouTube, when something happens, they still turn around and they still scream.
We're normal.
Yeah, it's just a natural reaction, isn't it, that you do get scared?
Yeah.
But we still come back for more.
But I think if I wasn't talking to Sean, or having a conversation with Sean,
worse.
I just think I would have just gone. I think everything would have been left on until the next time I come. I'd say that's how serious I was last week.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And you know, when I turned it off and said to Sean, "Look, Sean, things are going on.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling right. This, that, and the other." You know, explained it to him, and he actually was like, I think there was one part where I just left him in the room talking away on my behalf while I was going out looking to see what was going on myself. But that's the thing about the paranormal.
Yeah, that's
you know.
Isn't it?
I know there's listeners out there, and they're going to listen to us when we just done our vigil down in the cellar there. It's hard. I mean, I'm hoping that they can imagine what it was like for us. But unless you're in the cellar itself, it's a completely different perspective, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's I think unless you've actually done it, it's hard to understand in a way. Yeah. And I know you put it in a way that for the listeners to understand a little bit more, and it is a difficult one because it's the atmosphere as well, isn't it? Sometimes it can be heavy, you can be apprehensive, and then other times it can just be calm, and you can be sitting in a dark room just like sitting anywhere. Yeah.
Well, we were down there before. We'd done the investigation. It was a good one. I did enjoy it. I've got to admit. I was a bit on edge. Yeah,
me too.
But the thing is, it's very difficult to try and explain what's going on in the room.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you're on the phone to your mates and you're going, I'm in the cellar and this is happening, that's happening. You've got to be there sometimes. I'm hoping the listeners do enjoy it.
Yeah.
A few things did happen, but the thing is, the next time we go, nothing might happen.
But that's the reality of it, isn't it? I mean, we've been here some nights, and we've not had a single thing happen, and we've been here for like 4 or 5 hours, and then you can get other nights and something happens straight away. It's just one of them things, isn't it? You can't make it happen.
Well, there was a time, I think it was me and James Anthony what came into the building. Debbie could have been with us as well. I can't remember who it was. But we walked in the building. As soon as we walked in the building, and we've been coming in here years, we felt that uncomfortable. We didn't know whether to carry on to do the investigation or not. Yeah. Because it felt like we weren't wanted here. It didn't want us in that night. Yeah. You feel unwelcome, and I understand that because there's times when you get people coming to your house. Yeah. I'm not. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Think, oh no, not tonight.
Yeah, you just want to chill and relax.
Yeah, exactly. And you think, oh come on,
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in an offensive way.
No, yeah.
Everyone, every household.
I think
has
everyone's
that time.
the same, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you're a spirit, I'm sure they think like that. Oh come on, not another ghost, not another person.
Yeah.
Are you going to start telling us to tap on the table? Are you going to start telling us to whistle, shout out, dance, and everything else?
That's it. They must get fed up the same as we do.
Yeah. And if you're getting people coming in, week out, and that's happening, I mean, if somebody was coming into my house every single week and sitting around in a circle in the pitch black and going, "Come on, come forward, come and tell us you're here," blah 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 blah. You'd be going, "Oh, come on, I'm trying to watch telly here," you know.
It.
And they must have the same. It must happen.
They must still have them same feelings.
Yeah,
They've got to.
Yeah, because I know you can't take your body with you, but you can take your mind with you.
That's it.
You know. So
they must want relaxed time.
Yeah, I mean we'll never know what goes on until we're there ourselves.
No, you won't.
But I'm going to come back and haunt you, John. I might as well haunt you while I'm alive, don't I?
That's great.
But yeah, now we were talking on the phone earlier on before we came here, and we were talking about YouTube.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
the different things. Now we tapped into it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were talking about we did talk about dark territories. And
that's right.
We also, I mean, this week I want a couple of minutes about talking about Mindseed TV.
Yeah, Mindseed TV. I watched a good one this week, Jamie.
Yeah.
And it was The Lady in the Mirror.
I've not seen that one yet.
It's a private house.
Mm-hmm.
A family have asked the lads to go in.
Mm-hmm.
The lady that had died, which was the mother of the family, she died of natural causes, old age.
Yeah.
She'd wrote the main little bits that were in it. She'd wrote a diary over the last few months of her life.
Yeah.
She'd sat at this desk most days, and then like her last days. So the diaries were on the desk. The family had said that they could read the diaries, but they could not read them out loud on camera. They could read them off camera. So they were on the desk. So they go in. They were using Ovulus.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's the one where all the words pop up.
All the words pop up. Yeah. I'm a bit sceptical about them. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, because I mean, I look at them and my own personal opinion is it's a computerized words within the system and you just pop up.
Yeah, you could almost make anything out of the words that come out.
Yeah, and that's no disrespect to people who
no,
use
no,
it.
It's not.
We all got our beliefs.
Yeah, but this particular video, the way they were using the Ovulus, they were getting the same words all the time. They're getting the same couple of words.
Yeah.
Like, why you here? Leave me alone.
Right.
The same girls' names, but over and over and over.
Oh, so it was like,
it
wasn't just like.
So it wasn't just random words coming out, which was quite strange.
Yeah.
It was the lady in the mirror. So they were walking around. The family have seen the mother in the mirrors in the house. So they actually walked around with a little mirror for the whole investigation.
Really?
Yeah, a little mirror in his hand.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. And he did get one little thing going up the stairs where you could sort of see her face.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch that.
And then I'm trying to think what else has happened in that. They went up into a loft room.
Yeah.
And they'd been up there and then they came back down as a little walkabout and then they went back up again. They heard a noise from up in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went up, they opened up the hatch, one of them went up, and then the hatch slammed down shut behind him. So that was a bit of a...
Did they have a camera within the...
no, they were actually looking up at him, and you actually seen one of them go up.
Yeah.
He put the hatch up. They had been up like 10 minutes previous, and then put the loft hatch down, but they'd gone back up again. He put it up exactly to where it was before, and it should stay up. And as soon as he stepped up, it slammed down shut.
But was there a camera in the loft to see it from the other side?
No, there wasn't.
But there's three of them, isn't there?
There's three of them, yeah. Only one of them was up there.
Yeah.
He's literally just stepped through.
Ah, right, so there was the other two, they were all accounted for.
Yeah, they were all there. You see them all on camera.
That's what I like about them.
Yeah.
There was one I watched, and it was one... I mean, I've watched a few of them now, but I don't want to give everything away. People should go and watch these.
Yeah, they should, yeah.
And there was one, I think I messaged you last night and said, did you see the one with Tanner?
That's right,
He turned around and said this was the one what made almost turned Tanner off.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I've not watched it. I was going to put it on, Jamie, and I
Yeah.
actually fell asleep because
Well,
I've
that
been
was good
watching a
of you.
few of the other
Yeah.
ones.
So if I give you advice what to watch, you fall asleep on me. Mm.
But I'm going to watch that one later.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah,
It'll make you go cold.
that's fine.
Seriously,
Doesn't bother me.
when I first watched it, made me go cold and jump.
Right, okay. I like things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do. When I'm with someone.
but it's strange. It's because nothing makes you jump.
Right?
Nothing makes you jump.
Oh, it does.
Mm.
Oh, it does.
So it must be good.
Well, James Anthony's made me jump. John Dagger's made me jump. Leanne Arnold's made me jump. These are all listed in my head for retaliation. I will
Yeah.
get them all back
Future
one by
reference.
one. Yeah, and we all know that James Anthony loves when he gets frightened. He really goes for it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get me back one of these days.
Well, what I want to do is I want to record him one day when he's doing it, but the only thing is we couldn't put it on the show because all it'd be was you beep 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 beep
Yeah,
beep
yeah, it
beep
was a
beep.
bit-
You
yeah.
know, so it'd be it'd be like a house alarm, wouldn't it? Just go beep 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 beep. But it is fun when you get him.
It is.
And I mean, going back to Man City TV, it's an American program.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it last week. I was talking to Dark Territory last week.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think their filming is fantastic.
It is. They
you
are
know.
really good.
And I mean, I've watched nearly all of them now because they're very addictive.
Yeah.
And I'm like that with Mindseed. So I've got the English one and the American one.
There's not much difference between them, I don't think.
There isn't. I think it's the way I think it's the way the Americans do some things and the way the English do them.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I've watched loads of them now. And I try and compare all the time.
Yeah.
And if I turn the volume down, and I know that the buildings over there are different and things like that.
Yeah.
But if I turn the volume down, I could tell you which ones was English and which one was American.
Yeah.
But the way they do things. Now, highly recommend them as well, Man CTV. Now, there's another one I watch as well. I don't know whether you've watched it. It's a fella, and I think his name's Callum or something, and Slapped Ham.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen one or two of them.
Yeah. Well, Slapped Ham, what he does, and he's very good at doing it as well, is he must go through all the YouTube ones, and he puts the best things on there, you know,
Yeah.
paranormal stuff, unexplained stuff, UFOs, everything else like that.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff he puts on, you know, and he does. What I do like about him is he leaves it to your opinion.
Yeah.
You know, he
Yeah.
doesn't influence you to say, yeah, that happened, yeah, that happened. He leaves it for your mind to say whether you believe it or not. And there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've watched some of them. I've repeatedly watched a couple of them. What he's done, he's got loads out there. There was too many to.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff he's got on them is fantastic. And you don't really see them in the public domain on YouTube. How he gets them, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whether people send them in or not.
Yeah,
So
possibly. Yeah.
he's another one to watch. And there's another one I've just started to watch called, I think he was called Omar something. I'll have to remember the
Oh
name.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's the one. Yeah, have you watched it?
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. There was one the other week. Was it this week I was watching it? And he went to see some woman, and he went down into the cellar, and I was a bit dubious about it though. And this is only my opinion, is I wasn't so sure on that one. My mind was like, I think there's a bit of not by him himself, but by the person who was in there.
Yeah.
Because there was one part where he was talking to the camera and he was talking to us, and the next minute there was a bang and something fell to the floor, and he shot the camera around. And as he shot the camera around, there was like a stick or a green stick or something on the floor.
Yeah.
And it was right next to where the person had said to them, do you reckon there's someone buried there?
Right.
So I'm sorry, but if this is on the YouTube, there's someone buried there, I'd be getting a pickaxe and digging it out.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
if someone's buried there, it's got to be looked into, hasn't it?
That's it, isn't it?
But going back to the thing, what went bang and that, he turned around and he said, did you do that? And she went, no, it wasn't me. But where she was standing was where it happened. And I'm not saying it was. She could have been a little bit scared of that. But in my eyes, it looked like it'd been done deliberately.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. But if anybody's out there, watch that Oh My Gosh. Is it Oh My Gosh?
It is. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
He's good. I do like him though. He's got a bit of a way about him, which
Yeah.
you know he's laid back and everything else. And I definitely go, you know, definitely dipping into his stuff again and watching him. I enjoy all things like that. But I also dip like you. I dip in and out of all different ones.
Yeah, there's I don't know. There's so many different things to watch, and there's so many that lead to the paranormal as well.
Yeah,
A lot of the urban exploration.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah,
A lot of them are doing paranormal now. What I've
Dark
done, they'll have
arts.
paranormal people with them,
Yeah,
and they'll go off and do their exploring, and they'll go off and do the paranormal stuff, and so that's what I find. Different people off channels, and then there's different people on them channels, and then they give you the channel name, and you go off to them.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. You get addicted.
I know, that's it.
But there's the videos out there. Sometimes you think, come on, you know you're doing it. We know you're doing it. There's some funny ones out there. Don't get me wrong. There's some clever people out there who've done it to make you laugh, and you've got to have the funny side of the panel.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But there's some out there which you just think, please,
they're just so staged.
Don't do it. You're making a mockery of the paranormal, and you're making it even harder for us.
That's it.
Don't do it.
That's it.
Leave us alone.
They're just trying to get a bit of a name on YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. But paranormal people, they go and watch it and then they turn it off. They can't be bothered.
That's
it. So if we can't be bothered, just don't do it.
Yeah.
But we have we have some funny ones on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I've seen some really good funny, especially the reactions when something happens. Now you're talking about the urban explorers before.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few with the urban explorers where, you know, where, like I said before, Slap Ham, they've put a few of them on where they've gone in the buildings and they're having a good nose around everything else, and something happens.
Yeah,
but they don't see it until they start looking back on the videos.
Yeah, that's right. Because usually the buildings that they do, there are big old schools.
Yeah.
A lot of hospitals.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the paranormal stuff happens. Asylums they go to.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of the buildings that they're actually going to will actually be haunted. And a lot of them are old as well. So you've got the history behind them as well.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? What we're going to do now is I'm going to play something, and I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play it.
Okay.
You can have a listen and see what you think of it. Yeah. And this is it.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm here, it's Marie Spriggs, and we're here with Jamie Williams, and we're on the Yorkshire coast, and we're at a cemetery. Jamie, do you want to explain where we are?
Yep, we're on the east coast. We're in a place called Goathland, and we're in the cemetery there, and this is where the Heartbeat filming was done, which we finished back in September 2010, so it was 10 years ago, but it's still very commercialised for them. But we decided to come to the cemetery, and it's an absolutely beautiful cemetery, very unusual, very unique, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do now is, while I'm sitting here, I'm sitting next to a huge tomb behind me, and what I'm going to do is give a quick call out and see if we can pick anything up. There's a little bit of wind around, so we might get that as well. So I'm just going to give a call out. So I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us now, anyone who can hear me or see me. Could you tell me your name, please? Can you communicate with us? Can you talk to us? My name's Jamie. You've got Marie with me here. And we know that you were in your home, in your little bit of sanctuary, yeah.
It's a beautiful place. So if we can just, as Jamie said, we'll do a call out. Jamie's introduced himself. My name's Marie. And if you'd like to come and talk to us and let us know how it was here, what it was living in this village, I'll put my teeth in, and we'll see, can we get some communication from you? It'd be lovely to hear from you. So anybody here, can you call out your name, please?
When I came in before, you know, when you parked up and I just had a wander down to take photographs.
Yes.
When I was on my own, it felt really eerie, and that's why I come back to you and said, you've got to come in, we've got to do it.
This is a unique place.
And to be honest with you, we'd just come here for a day out for a walk around and that. And when I walked in, and I said to Marie, "You've got to come and have a look at this place." As soon as I said it, Marie said, "We've got to record it. We've got to go and do a little bit of an invest here." So this is what we're doing. It is calm. There are people that occasionally walking past, but you still feel as if you're not on your own. You feel as if you are being watched.
So shall we have a little wander around and let's see, can we feel anything, pick anything up, hear anything besides the bit of breeze that we've got out here?
The one we're next to, this tomb we're next to, 1890. I can't say the name on it, that would be unfair. So if there's anybody here with me, let us know, talk to us, show us you're here. Can you come towards us?
Can you guide us to your tomb, your gravestone, your final resting place? Can you show us a light for where you are? So is anybody here?
Yeah. Look at that grave with the trees growing in front of it.
Beautiful.
The writing's here, but the trees right in front of it.
It's a beautiful place.
It is.
So please come and tell us your name. Come and tell us what you did here in the village. What was your job here?
Can we walk towards that grave over there?
Yeah.
It's just that it's caught my eye.
Okay.
So we're just walking over to a grave. It's in all the trees. It's really strange.
Oh wow.
Wow. How old is that? That's actually facing away from us.
On the trees all
Yeah.
round.
I'll go and have a look. Sorry.
Yeah.
If there is someone here, please come with us. Talk to me. Sorry, I'm just trying to see the name. Wow.
Would you like to come and talk to us?
1900 and 1920. Wow. What was that?
Can you hear something?
Thought I did, but I'm next to trees, so it could have been anything.
Yeah.
The person who's in this grave, I'll call your first name out. Let's see if I can find your name. Is it Levy? Levy, L-E-V-I. Hi Levy, if you're here, please come forward. Hello, talk to us please. Are you with anybody? Right, okay, we'll walk away from there. Just look like twin graves. Although we can't see the writing on the graves, if there's anybody here with me and Marie, come and say hello. Come and talk to us. Some of the graves here are just so old.
So
1841. We've got 1841. I seen one before, it was 1725.
I've noticed in this grave there is a lot, even this small village, a lot of children, young children, and which is very sad.
Oh my word!
And they're from the 1800s, and we've got another one, 1861, aged 12 years old.
Oh my God!
It looked like there's not a lot of age to the people in the 18th century here. Age 37, another one, and a good age of 64 of one person.
That's the oldest I've seen so far.
Yes. So it must have been a very either poor village or it's just what happened in the 18th century. It'd be lovely. Well, it would be good to know. It wouldn't be lovely to know if there was something around at this time in the 1800s. Was there something? Because there's a lot of children and young people that have passed away. So whether there was some disease or something around, I'm not quite sure. But it'd be interesting in a way to find out the history of this area.
1870. Can't see his age because it's worn away, the actual gravestone. But we've got one here. Just about to see it. Oh, the oldest is 75 so far. 75 years old.
What year?
1875.
Right.
1851.
51, right.
Yeah.
So let's.
And I can't see. Oh, aged 18. That's another
Oh, that's
18-year-old.
so sad, isn't
Yeah.
it? You can hear the church in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you all.
There's one there in the trees I'd like to try as well there. So if there's anybody here with me and Marie, please come forward, come and talk to us, show us you're here. We don't mean you any harm. We're here with the greatest respect for you and for whoever's here with us. I'm just trying to, ouch. Just have a look. So yeah, there's one in the bushes here, aged 30-year-old.
What a shame.
I know, they're all
God bless
young.
you all.
Do you want to talk to us?
It's very calming. So if you'd like to come over and talk to us. They're a car
Another young
going
one.
past.
There's so many young people in these graves. Too
It's
young.
very sad to see that.
Yeah. And there's another one here. How old is that? Aged, is that 5?
5.
5 years. Can't say the name. James. Wherever we
Oh,
go, we find a James, don't we?
Very popular name. But...
Yeah. Wow.
So is anybody here who would like to talk to us? Come and tell us what was going on at this in the 1800s. Was there some kind of disease or something? What was killing people, causing the people's deaths around here, especially the young people?
There's a lot of young, isn't there?
Please, can you tell us anything?
There's a grave in front of us. It's very, very old. You can tell, can't you? It looks like it's made of metal, doesn't it? It's metal.
It's metal. It's like a.
Let me just tap on that.
Let's listen. Can you
Listen to that.
hear the gravestone?
Never seen a metal gravestone before.
That's it.
Wow.
This is very unusual. Yeah.
Yeah, that is amazing. We get a picture of that. I've never seen a metal gravestone before. No name on it. The plaque's missing. You can see where the plaque used to be.
Yeah, maybe you could.
But that is just outstanding.
I think if you got one of them, what did they used to be called when you put paper on them and rub them with a penny or rub them with.
Scratch.
Scratching.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When you used to do it when you was younger.
Yeah. Somebody will tell us.
Yeah, if you can tell us what that was, the name of it. It's where we sketched, and I think on there, from the picture or something, you'd be able to get that because you can feel the lumps and where the wording was, but with the green and the moss that's covered it, you can't quite make it out.
Yeah, but I've never seen.
That'd be very interesting.
Never ever seen a metal grave, a metal gravestone before. I wonder if it's made out of something, probably before the war, because it looks older than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, can't quite.
But it's unbelievably solid as well.
It is.
It's not rotted away.
The architect on it as well, and the pattern and the symbol. We can't quite make out the symbol.
You can see where the plaque used to be.
Yeah.
Just there. The plaque's gone, but you can see like there's like rivets where the plaque used to be.
Yes.
So the person who's in this grave or who belongs to this grave, are you next to us? Can you hear us? Can you talk to us?
Can you tell us about this gravestone? Is it a family one?
You know what's coming to my head?
Yeah.
Part of the railway.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Whether that's just my mind.
Yeah, because it's like that metal sort of thing, isn't it, from that? I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just quite attracted to this one quite a lot at the moment.
Can you feel anything from it, if anybody?
As soon as I put my hands on it, the first thing I thought of was railways.
Railway, yeah.
And as you know, Goathland, it's about, half a mile away, the railway station, mile away.
It is, yes.
The Goathland railway station.
And that's where there was a few TV programmes filmed
Harry
there.
Potter was filmed there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Heartbeat was obviously filmed there.
Yes.
But that's where, is it Hagrid stood on the bridge and waved to the Harry Potter as they went.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But as soon as I felt that, it felt like the railway. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I felt on that one. But never ever seen a metal one before.
Can you give us your family name, please? We got your family name. Are you able to tell us what year you passed away? Are you at rest and at peace? Sorry, there's traffic going past us. Can you tell us anything about yourself? It'd be amazing to know, and we could take it back to our listeners, and you know, you'll be able to tell things about your life, or tell us your name, and then you'll never be forgotten. We don't want to forget people of this village. There's so much history around it. It's unbelievable what's happened, especially in the 18th century.
I don't know whether it's me or my imagination or what, but I'm getting a picture in my head now of a person digging where the railway lines are, you know, digging it out. Like no, it can't be. Could be. It's just my imagination.
Okay, let's just go with it for now. If that's somebody putting this image into Jamie's head, can you give us your name, please? Can you tell us what your job was? So if you'd like to give us any information just before we move on, we'd really appreciate it.
Tell us your name. It's just I was getting a name then in my head.
Right, what name did you...
I don't want to say it out because I want to see if it comes up on the thing.
Okay.
But you know what I've just said.
I know what you... Yeah. Okay. We can't see your name on this gravestone, so it would be great if you could tell us your name, because it's no longer what we can see here. So please, can you give us your family name? And can you give us your age? We're going to move on from now, but thank you and God bless you.
Every time I touch it, I'm getting railway, or around that area, the railway.
Rest in peace.
It's weird, isn't it? I like that.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sad. Wow.
There's so much to look at.
And you can see the ones which are weathered, where the wind's coming through the actual graveyard. But they're beautiful, them ones. I'm not going to say that. Well, I can say the first names, Christiana, Elizabeth, but you can't see on that one there. But them two there are exactly the same.
Isn't that a beautiful name?
Yeah.
Christiana, I love that name. It's a lovely name.
Any age on it?
25 years old. 1876 again.
Marie?
Yes?
What was the name I whispered to you before?
George.
What's on that grave?
George. Yeah.
Actually, there's two Georges.
Two.
You take a picture of that for us, please?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just a name I whispered to Marie. Now, we were next to the metal grave, and right next to the metal grave, as we turned round, which backs onto it, is a grave with the name George on it. Not once, but twice. Yeah. Which is really strange. And George was 65. And I can't see the George underneath it because it looks like the weather's taking away the sandstone off the grave itself.
Can I speak to you? Would you like to speak to her, or would you like us to move along? Also, Elizabeth and Christiana, we're here. If you'd like us to speak to us, please come and say hello to us. Come up to us and say hello. We'd really appreciate that. I hope we're not stepping it over your graves and that you don't like it. If you don't like us being here, please say so, and with all respect, we will move on.
Yeah. They're family. They're connected. Look at the surnames. We won't give the surnames up, but read the surname on that one, and then read the surname on that one. Read the bottom one because you can see the surname.
Yes, got it.
Now look at the surname on that one. So they're family.
So it is a proper family.
Family
we can't
grave.
read the third one.
The third one's completely gone, hasn't it? The writing in it.
Yeah, the writing.
Hold on. Let me just try it from an angle. No, different name altogether, that one.
I love that name though, Christiana.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful name.
And we're just walking around, and if we can pick anything up, we will do.
If you want to follow us and pass us on any information, we'd really appreciate it. But we'll
Let's
move
have a look.
you.
Yeah, there's one here I want to have a look at. 76, that's the oldest grave I've seen so far, the age. But in the year of 1908.
Can we do a call out over here? It looks really...
And under these trees here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks... just sets the scene lovely, doesn't it?
It does,
You
yeah.
get what I
It's
mean?
beautiful. Is that? No, it's not. I thought that was a war grave.
Let's see, can we hear anything from here?
Okay.
Let's just be quiet and see, can we pick anything up?
Yeah. If there's anybody here with us now, can you come forward, come and talk to us, come and say hello. My name's Jamie, and this is Marie.
Hello?
We're not here to do you any harm. We come here with respect. We just want to get to know you. Could you tell us your name?
Quite a lot of traffic passing by at the moment.
Yeah. It is daytime. There's lots of, the more you look, there's more the graves. It looks like a small graveyard when you first walk in here. But the more you look, there's hidden graves and everything. Let's try. Is there someone following us? Can you tell us your name?
It sounds like a steps then, didn't it, falling through?
Yeah.
Because you heard the crunching behind us.
We've
On
had
the
that
ground.
before.
Yeah. Let's just have a listen. Hello? Because when we stopped, the 2 footsteps still carried on.
Yeah.
Hello? I can hear the wind.
Yeah.
Is anybody here with us? Just call out your name. Come and say hello to us. Are you okay with us being here?
Can we just walk over to them? Look at them graves, how close they are, squashed together.
Right, let's go.
Let's have a look at them. The more you look around this grave, the more you find and things that you don't realise is here. 1794. Wow. Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth. Can't
Seems a very
believe
popular name round here,
It
doesn't
does,
it, Elizabeth?
Yeah. That's 1794.
Let's have a look.
This is
Oh, we're a
1780
family,
something.
Same name,
Yeah.
the surname.
Yeah. 17 something.
Hello.
866, 1765, Marie.
1751 here.
1756.
Oh, there's a tomb round here, Jamie.
Yeah, I just spotted that then. There's one railed off as well, which we can't see. There's I can't see any names to it.
Oh, wow.
My word.
Gosh. It's a lovely... God bless you.
You see everything? You just can't stop seeing things, can you?
Let's just take a photo out. You don't mind me taking a photo.
If you're with us now, if Elizabeth's here with us... Oh.
Makes you jump when you first said that, doesn't it?
Can we have a picture of that
Picture
one?
those, yeah.
And that one's beautiful, that one there. Let me just mind that way.
Okay. Right.
Wow. Can you get a close up of that one?
Yeah.
That's beautiful, that one. Sorry, we're taking pictures at the same time as we're doing this little mini invest. But if you were here, look at that one.
It is amazing.
It is.
So,
And it's sad as well.
look at this one. It's like, is that like a musical instruments on there?
Yeah. He saved an apprentice on the above place. So what's the above place?
Oh, we can't get to read it, but that looks like some kind of pipes, doesn't it?
It does.
Pipes. And if I took a photo, I wonder if we could pick it up on the picture.
Yeah, try.
Okay.
Sorry, we're just trying to read what it is.
You can give us your name, because we can't quite read it. That'd be great. Hope you don't mind us being here. We're here with complete respect to you all.
Uh.
Very interested in the history
Yeah, it just says he served as an apprentice in the above, but I can't see what it is.
of
And he's
Whitby.
aged 70 something when he passed away. So at least he's had a good life. But look at them ones under the trees, you can't really read them because the trees have overgrown them. The whole place, and it's so peaceful. What was it?
Well, I can hear just let that car go past and let's just listen. What was that?
It's the farmer over the distance. So look at these ones here. What's this one? 17, age 30. This is one grave. The person aged 17, 30, 1910, 1903. That's two people in one grave and they're only young.
If anybody can hear us in this part of the graveyard, please come forward. We do keep hearing a lot of like steps around us. Actually, like within 10 foot of us. If that's you, can you please give us your name? Don't be afraid. Can you show us a light? Can you tell us whereabouts your resting place is? What, down over there?
Yeah,
Do you want to go over there?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a quick
I was trying to point so
Yep.
it didn't make a noise.
Okay.
Right, we're just walking somewhere which caught my eye. This is it, in here. Is there someone here now with us? There's have you seen that one there?
I'll have a look. You do
Yeah, if you can get a picture of that for, I can't get into it. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here with us now. Can you come forward, please? Come and talk to us. Shows you around. We have come with the greatest respect to you and the people within this grave. What a lovely place for you to be resting in peace. Did you just touch me?
I did.
Push against me? Yeah, thank. That's all right.
I just gone past you.
That's all right then, because I didn't see you coming towards me, you see. That's strange. You know when I walked up to here?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I can't say the name because obviously I'll be giving the name away. See that name there, the full name?
Yeah.
That's one of my relations' names, my great-grandmother.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, my great-grandmother's full name.
Right, okay.
And I said to you, I'm walking this way. Oh, she's only 32.
Oh, God bless you.
That is strange. And what was the name I was saying before? Look.
Yeah.
I keep finding that name. I suppose when you're in the graveyard, you're going to see loads of names the same, aren't you? But
well, it's strange when you say it, and we're stood right next to it.
Right next to the grave, yeah. And that's what happened. It's a funny thing. I was when I was doing my family tree years ago, I went looking for my granddad's grave because I never ever knew where it was. My mum told me where it was in Mill Street Cemetery in Liverpool, well, Heighton. And I thought, right, I'm going to stand here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way up and down the graves until I find it.
Yeah.
And I was leaning on this one. I thought I'll start with this one here. And as I turned round to start, here's my granddad's grave, my great granddad's grave, the one I was standing on. And I was actually leaning on it, planning which way I was going to walk up and down and everything.
Amazing.
And I thought to myself, I'll start here because this is, you know, if I start here, I know where I am because it was like there's the pathway there.
Yeah.
And I went like that. And as I turned around like that, I thought I don't have to go any further.
Oh my God.
And that was my granddad's grave.
Yeah.
And that was the same. Whose other one was it? Was doing a lady I worked with in sheltered accommodation. It was when I was an estate manager. When we were in there, she said to me, "You couldn't find my relation's grave, could you?" Well, it was a husband's, really.
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, I'll have a look for you, you know, because I enjoyed doing it at that time. I still do." And asked her what his name was, and you know, and all this. Like, she gave me all his name and everything else. I went down to the graveyard and thought, right. She said it was, you know, it was around this big area here, and I was standing and I thought, right, I'll do the same thing again. I'll logically go up and down the graves.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, I'll start here now. I turned round, and there was a wooden cross. She said to me, "There's a wooden cross."
Right.
I said, "But it won't be there anymore." Found the grave. There's the name of the person on it. and the family were all made up because they didn't know where it was.
Wow.
So I took photographs of it, went straight back to them and said, I found it. And they were all laughing, and I said, no, I've literally found the person's grave. Gave them all the details. There's now a headstone in that grave.
Oh, how lovely.
So that was to me, that was an absolute superb success, because it put their minds at rest. They found where the family was, especially the the husband and the father.
Yeah.
Another one came from, I think Mark, my son was with me, and we went to another graveyard. And these people came from Canada, sorry.
Yeah.
And they were looking for the family tree, and they contacted me because I was in the historian of writing at the time, and they asked me could they help find them. Anyway, the funny thing was they showed me a photograph first of the house they used to be living, and I found a house there. So I said, I want to know where that is. I said, I know exactly where the house is.
You know the history of
Ireland, no, she went,
don't you?
how did you know that was the house? I said, there's a pattern on the brickwork.
Yeah.
And I said, I know which house it is because of the pattern. And it was their house. Anyway, they came over from Canada, and we met up with them, and Mark came with me, and we went to this graveyard in, it's near Heighton. I can't think of the name of the place now. And anyway, we went in there, and she went, oh, the name is so-and-so, so-and-so. Within 2 or 3 minutes of getting in there, we found the whole family, like a plot with all the family
and
in
is
it.
that a big graveyard there?
Was it St Mary's? I can't think of the name. It was just off Sugar Lane, and I can't think of it. Do you know what? I can't even think of the name of the place now. But anyway, it was a large graveyard, yeah. And we walked in, and there was the grave, and that is weird. What?
1 minute. I've just heard it might have been an animal or something under the. I heard something coming through the trees. Then I'm hoping it's just I don't know. Would a rabbit be out at this time? I don't know. Rabbits.
Can I just point a grave out to you?
Oh my God.
We're standing here talking right next to a grave. That is.
And it's your name.
It's my name.
Oh my God,
name.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
With an angel.
Yeah.
Your full name.
You're going for a picture of that, aren't you?
I am going for a picture. That is.
That is strange, because we were just standing there, and we walked up to it. Zoom into that one.
I will.
Yeah. But what I've got to say about this Goathland churchyard, I'm just going to, while Marie's taking that picture, I'm just going to walk away, because I just want to look at something, because it's a beautiful place. I want to get the actual name of the graveyard. Let me just have a look. It's the Incorporated Church Building Society, made granted 1893. And I'm just reading some of the signs to see if I can get the exact name. It's the actual name of the church, would you believe, is called St Mary's, and it's in Goathland. St Mary's of Goathland. Beautiful, beautiful place. Lovely sandstone church. I can't see a date on it yet, but it must be. I wonder if that was the date of. There's a date of 1893. The Incorporated Church Building Society made a grant AD 1893 for the re-erection of this church upon condition sittings be free, that an annual collection be given to the society. That's what's inside it. And wow, 1695 stone.
Wow.
We've got to get a picture of that.
Yeah.
That's an actual gravestone.
Okay.
I'm trying to read what it says. Which departed this life, the 14D something of October. Yeah, October 1695.
I wonder if that was a priest, a vicar, or somebody here.
I don't know.
Who was in this church, with it being in the arch of the church.
I don't know.
So this is St Mary's Church.
Yeah. We're just at the entrance. It's locked, which is understandable. And let's have a walk around the back anyway, because we'll have to make our way back soon, because we're heading into Whitby, I think. It is. It certainly is. But let's give it one more call. If there is anybody with us now.
Shall we go over to James Williams'
grave?
grave?
Finish there.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
And
yeah. How strange is that though? That we're it's quite a distance from where we live.
Because one day your names will be there.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
No, I'm saying, but everybody's will be. Yeah. It is. It's true.
Let's get a picture next to me.
Okay. James, if you can hear us, can you speak?
Yeah.
Can you speak to James, who's with you at the gravestone?
Hello, James. My name's James as well. Let us know if you're around. It's strange though that we're coming near the end of this little mini invest, and we did it in the last place as well, didn't we? Where we stood there and the names that were coming out was there.
Yes,
And then I go and stand on this one, and the name James Williams appears.
1922, he passed away.
Wow.
At the age... Oh, no.
Tell me.
Oh, at the age of 5 years.
James' dad.
You can see that.
Oh, you're joking.
Age
5
years.
Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry, James. Suffer little children to come unto me. God bless you. God bless you, James. God bless you, little fella. James, we're going now. I hope you're with your family and you're going to be okay and everything will be alright. And you're with your loved ones. God bless you. And you rest in peace, little one.
That was a kind of a strange way to finish the little invest here, but what a place. What do you think of the place then, Marie?
It's so unique, isn't it, in the way that and it's kept in fantastic condition, the whole grounds, the church, it's very well looked after. It's absolutely, once again, an amazing place. We always seem to get, the churches are so looked after.
Yeah.
The bells are still going in this church. Oh, that just tells you.
Look at the graves.
Yeah, the graves are some are sat in the grounds, and there's the anchors. It's very unique. It's absolutely amazing place.
It is. Can we just head there for one more look? Because something caught my eye. Sorry, something caught my eye.
Was it something you've seen?
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? That's my nan's name.
Oh no!
Every time I go somewhere, it's weird. Right, I don't want to look anymore, Marie, because so far I've seen my name.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Do you want to get a picture of that?
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I think you forget.
James knows I forget. Sorry,
Right.
James.
God bless you all.
Yeah, let's walk that way. But as we're walking past, thank you. Thank you for being kind to us all.
We've got just a couple of more minutes, so if anybody wants to come and speak your name into these,
you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. Just come along and then we'll look you up. God bless you all.
What we're doing is we're just walking around the rest of the grave, because I wanted to show Marie the grave and how it's a bit windy though, isn't it? As soon as you come around this end.
Oh gosh.
Oh. But what I can say is St Mary's St Mary's Church here in Goathland is beautiful. There's some historical parts in it, there's some memorable parts in it, and even if we didn't pick anything up or nobody comes towards us, it's highly recommended.
But we don't know. We'll listen to it when we get back. It would be interesting to hear if anybody's come up and spoke to us. And it's been a lovely place. We've heard a few footsteps, especially right behind us, like within 6 to 10 feet of us. That was very interesting on 2 occasions, because we stopped walking, didn't we, Jamie?
We did.
And the 2 footsteps came right up behind us as if they were following. We did ask one of the young children to follow if they wanted. Whether it was them or not, I'm not sure. I think it's always nice to ask the children come for a walk and come with us, because I feel so sorry for them and heartachen, because I am a mum, and these things do hit the nerves with them and gut you. But can you hear the noise? Yeah.
No, it was just. I was just going to say.
Okay. So God bless you all and thank you all. And
Yeah,
thank
and to see only one metal grave in the whole of this graveyard
Yeah.
is and we've been right round every single grave. There's not one we haven't missed. We've walked round it and round it.
I do think that what we heard earlier would have been an animal or something under the tree.
Possibly, yeah.
You know, but the footsteps, that is the main one, isn't it? With
Yeah.
the following, you could
Yeah.
actually
We
hear
both-
the
we
ground
both-
crunching behind you. And
we both stopped at the same time.
we did. So that was very interesting. I hope this recording's caught that, because that would be very interesting.
What I find fascinating is every single grave is facing one way. There's none facing any other way apart from one way.
It must be something with graveyards, because most graveyards seem to all face. And the way the church is, don't the cross of the church, they're always in a cross shape, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I can't remember which part of the front of the church, whether it faces north or on the back south, or there it is on top. So the front of the church faces east,
So,
the back of the church facing west.
All the graves are facing east in this graveyard, have you noticed?
Yeah, they're all facing east.
Not, and some graveyards are facing different ways, but in this one they're all facing east.
Yeah, I'll
Which
get a
is,
photo of this,
yeah.
'cause that would be...
Yeah. So that's really good, isn't it? But all I can say about this graveyard is it's pulled up a few surprises with the graves. It's a beautiful place to come to, and if you ever come to Goathland, go and have a walk around the village. It's beautiful. Where we are now, if you can come to Goathland Grave, you know, if you come to Goathland's cemetery, it's a beautiful cemetery, and give it some respect as well. That's what we're trying to do as well.
We are trying to do. We are doing.
Yeah, we are doing. It's wrong words, but you know, it's so peaceful, and
Thank you for joining me.
really, really beautiful place. So we're going to leave it there, and we're going to say thank you to the cemetery at Goathland and to the people in the cemetery. We hope you all rest in peace, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
Well, Jonathan, that was me and Marie in Goathland Cemetery.
Yeah, very interesting place.
Yeah, it was a very unusual place. I mean, it's full of trees. You know, and some parts of it was quite eerie and quite dark.
Yeah.
And then some parts of it was wide open. But it wasn't a big cemetery neither. It was just a nice size, you know.
Yeah.
And to go in there and to just off chance do a paranormal investigation there, it was a really nice thing. And it was daytime as well.
Yeah, I was going to say it was daytime, so it's quite... Well, it's unusual for us to do an investigation in the daytime.
Yeah. I'd love to do more of them, to be honest with you, because it gives the incentive to do them, because we thought, why not? You know, it was windy. There was a bit of a wind out there, and it wasn't a nice day, no, but it was just, you know, it didn't disturb anything. It didn't cause any problems. You can hear a little bit of a rustling, on the phone itself and that, but
yeah.
a lot of leaves on the ground as well. And there was one part where me and Marie were walking, and we actually thought we had the walking behind us.
Yeah.
So, you know, if listeners do, you know, if they notice that and that, let us know, you know, because they were there. Oh, and let us know on info@accessparanormal@gmail.com or on our Twitter account, which is #accessparanormal1. Sorry, I had to put that in there, because if I'm telling you to let us know, I've got to give you the information. I really didn't. But the weirdest one was the grave. You know, I called it a metal grave, but it wasn't, was it? It was a cast iron grave. And when I put my hand on it, and straight away I started feeling that I was getting these pictures going through my head. Whether it was my imagination, I do not know. But I could picture this person down on the railway.
Oh.
So I don't know. You know,
it's one of them things, though, Jamie. We've done paranormal investigations in the past, and all of a sudden you'll just get a name in your head.
Yeah.
And you say that name, and it could be the spirit of someone that's there.
Exactly.
So could it have been that you put your hand on the gravestone and that name's come to your head?
Well, the funny thing is the name George come into my head.
Yeah.
And what was strange was because there was graves back to back, you know. So there's the cast iron grave, and then there was stone graves at the back of it.
Yeah.
So as we walked around, I looked at the grave, and on the grave itself was the name George.
That's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard to explain because it's easy to say yeah, but you might have seen it when you were walking to the other grave and you haven't taken note of it, but the name's it's come out because you're on it. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. It was one of those moments, that you think, well, that's a bit of a fascination. I do still think about it occasionally. To, how did they get that?
That's it's paranormal, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And then coming near the end of the investigation,
The gravestone.
yeah, with my name on it,
I know.
that was a bit uncomfortable.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Very spooky.
But I mean, to get at the end of the investigation as well was very, very unusual.
Yeah.
But doing the investigation in the daylight was nice.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful, beautiful graveyard. Like we were saying before, there was a lot of trees in there. It was only a small graveyard as well. I don't know whether I know you've been to Goathland.
Yeah, I've been quite a few times. Yeah, it's a lovely place.
Yeah, and yeah, it's got a lot of history into it.
It has a lot of it. Even I know that's where there's on Heartbeat.
Oh yeah. I mentioned that at the beginning of the show. Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the investigation.
Yeah. But it's still very a village, sort of a village stuck in the past, if you like.
Yeah, but what a place to be.
It's absolutely beautiful.
I bet it's spooky walking around there. For night time, going from one area to the other, because it must be absolutely pitch black there for night time.
I can imagine it would be. Imagine it would.
Yeah.
Got the sheep walking round.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of the sheep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we won't get them around here, will we? In St. Helens, we won't see any sheep. But we did see deer when lockdown first came around. There was deer in St. Helens town centre, so can't get any stranger than that.
Yeah.
But next week, let's go on to next week. What we've got on the show next week, we've got Magister back coming in.
Oh, great.
He's going to come in. He's going to be talking about his book again. Well, his book's come out now.
Yeah.
And you can pre-order it.
Yeah.
And it's called Tread the Dark Night Softly, and it's poems. I know that you want to get a copy of it.
Definitely, yeah, very interesting.
And I mean, I'm lucky now. I have got a copy now, so I'm going to have a little bit of a read of the poems. Yeah. And he won't just talk about the book. There'll be other things he'll be talking about, because his mind of information is unbelievable.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, last time it was astral projection. It was
Yeah.
what he'd done in his life. And a few people said, when's he coming back on? Because he'd be interested to listen to the other stuff he can talk about.
Yeah.
So I want to get him into the paranormal part of it, because he did do the paranormal.
That's right, Jamie, yeah.
Yeah, but he's gone beyond that now.
Yeah.
That's not in his category anymore, but I want to squeeze some of the information out of his stories.
Yeah.
Which I want to get off him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known him. I think I've known him about 20 years now.
Wow. That's a long time, Jamie.
Yeah.
So you've known him since he actually started doing paranormal?
Oh, no, he started well before I met him.
Right.
Okay. It was just that things were happening in my mum's house.
Yeah.
So we asked him to come down at that time. He was doing investigations on his own. So I said to him, do you want to come down and have a look? So we did. He came down and he had a look around and that. And ever since then, we ended up becoming friends. He's a really, really nice fella.
Yeah.
So, So if anybody wants to listen to Magister next week, please listen in. Or if you want to ask him any questions, you can contact him on info@accessparanormal@gmail.com. And I did an interview with someone as well, Chrissy Rock.
Oh, Chrissy Rock, yeah.
Yeah, they come to do some filming here. So we'll be putting that on next week as well, so you'll be able to listen to how Chrissy Rock got on and her friend Lady C.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah. Well, I got them to do me a little bit of a jingle, each. Chrissy couldn't do it at first. She just burst out laughing. Well, I think it's the way I was staring at her and that, But we got a nice little jingle. I might put that on next week for the first time.
Yeah.
So I think it's about 20 minutes, because we've done some filming here, and then I'm going to be getting in touch with her.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about what happened here when she was here, because a couple of little things happened to her.
Oh, right. Okay. That'd be interesting.
Well, the filming they were doing was a bit of a comedy. You know, they were doing a bit of a comedy paranormal thing, you know, to put on the TV.
Okay.
And it got a bit serious at the end.
Right.
You know, and I know it sounds strange now, but what we've done at the very beginning, we asked them, you know, please don't not get offended what we're doing and everything else. It's a bit of comedy. We don't mean to do you any harm.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of you. It's what we do is we're making a program and that. And nothing really happened.
Right, yeah.
You know, they'd done the filming and everything else now. It's at the very end of the filming in the room I do not go in.
Oh, the end
Yeah,
room.
that's what happened there. And Chrissy came out and she said to me, now I know why you don't want to be in that room. So what we did then is after all the film and finished and everything else, we done a little bit of an investigation as well. But I mean, Chrissy will be on. She'll be talking, you know, about what it was about what she felt like about coming here and you know, what she expects and everything else. And then we went on to the investigation. So there's two good things to talk to about next week.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if anybody's out there, that sounds like I'm doing a call out then, doesn't it? Yeah, get in touch with us because we're nearly at the end of the show. So it's info.accessparanormal@gmail.com or on our Twitter account, which is #accessparanormal1. Well, Jonathan, it's the end of the night. You and Marie will be back next week. Well, Marie will be back next week. You're here already.
Yeah.
So, yep, we're coming to the end of the show now, and I'd like to thank Jonathan for coming in and being with me after the experiences I had last week. But I've got to say good night now. I've got to say goodbye to you all, and we will be back next week, and I hope you're looking forward to it. I certainly am. So please stay safe, and we'll see you next week.